Hey, Indianapolis Motor Speedway fans, Doug Bowles here with you again for another episode of Doug and Drivers as we lead into the 108th running of the Indianapolis 500 presented by Gainbridge. It is just around the corner. More importantly, what's just around the corner? The kickoff to the NTT IndyCar Series and the St. Petersburg race just coming up. As we're getting ready for that, we have Felix Rosenqvist here getting ready to be your sixth season in the NTT IndyCar Series, your third team, brand new team. So how are things going with Meyer Shank Racing so far?
Great. It's been super good. You know, Mike and Jim has been very easy, very friendly. You know, I've been over to both their houses, you know, had loads of dinners, lots of meetings, but just want to hit the track, get going. You know, it's a great group of people. You know, it's kind of like, it's the first team I've been to that is based outside of Indy, but it's still only 3 hours away. But it's kind of cool what they have set up there in Ohio, and kind of their own little thing, a bit like Penske in North Carolina. So I think it's a strength in long term for the team, and yeah, super pumped.
Well, there's nobody really more committed than Mike and Jim. The two of them absolutely love the sport, are committed to winning and going fast. Did you know Elio very well before you now have had an opportunity to work alongside him?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, obviously we race each other, and you know, I know all the drivers somewhat, right. But I haven't known him, you know, personally that well. But he just loves it, man. He enjoys being in racing, drive racing. Anything with racing, he's just all about it, and you can tell, like he's just, you know, I think he'll never quit being inside.
You know, people always say, is that his energy level all the time, or is it just for the camera? It's all the time.
No, it's all the time. Dude, when the camera goes off, like, it's even more. It's actually the opposite.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. So, May coming around the corner. I know you've had not the best of luck at the Speedway, but you've had some flashes of brilliance. In fact, last year you're on the front row, fastest front row in history. How fun was that to be part of that qualifying session and have a chance to go for the pole?
It's so cool. You know, people who follow me know that I love an oval qualifying, all qualifying. In fact, I think it's, for me, the peak of adrenaline through the weekend, especially at the 500. To be there in the Fast Six was just so cool, and the mind game that goes on between the different cars, and you know how much you want to trim out your rear wing, and you know, obviously Alex got it in the end with a mega run, but it was really cool for me to be part of that, and also in the race to run up front. I think whenever you get a chance to run up front at the 500, we all know that it's very rare that you get that opportunity. Obviously, I ended in the wall, but to have that chance to know what it's like to be up there, that's some experience that's invaluable.
So you've picked up 5 poles in your career. You are absolutely one of those guys. Every time we qualify, no matter where we are, you're one of the ones that's going to the front. Is it harder or easier or just completely different to qualify at something like the Indy 500 versus call it Long Beach, or even the IndyCar Grand Prix on the road course?
Yes and no. I think they all kind of comes down to, you know, big focus, you know, communication with the engineer, kind of risk versus reward. Because you normally, I mean, on the oval you get 2 laps or 4 laps at the 500, but on a normal qualifying you normally get 1 shot, and if you blow it, then you're in the back. So it's all about risk management, and that's kind of the part that I like how, you know, how far are we willing to go and risk, and you put everything on the line, and it comes great pressure with that. But yeah, I think that's what's so cool with IndyCar, that I mean, no one here is just, you know, driving as a 9-to-5 job. Like, we're risking everything every time we're out there, and especially in qualifying. Like, I mean, if you're starting at the back, man, like, your weekend is going to be tough. So you just gotta put it in there that lap.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the things I really appreciate about you, last year was not maybe the easiest year as a full season because all kinds of weird noise going on around who was going where and what was going to happen. Yet you had some podiums. In fact, you finished second at Portland. You had some great runs. How are you able as a driver to kind of put aside the noise, and what's the future for Felix look like, and just focus on, I'm going to go fast every day when I'm in the race car?
I think that's it, man. I think all the great, you know, mental coaches and quotes kind of refer to you. I mean, you can only do what you can do, right? Every day you wake up, there's so many things you can change, and there are a lot of things you can't change. And the more you can focus on what you can control, the better of a life or result you're gonna have. And that was a great learning experience for me the last 2 years. As I say, it's been quite a lot of noise, and I think obviously it gets to you to a certain degree, but you learn to block it, and especially I think you kind of make a line when you put on your helmet. You kind of you force that stuff away, and it becomes like a thing. You know, every time the helmet goes on, you're like, okay, now we're in racing world, and all that stuff stops. But you have to manage it as well. Like, you're part of your own brand and your career. So it's not like you can just forget about it. So it's a balance.
So it's interesting to me, so to go from that last year to where you're really going to be the clear leader on the team this year. You're going to bring along Tom Blomqvist, hasn't had a lot of experience in IndyCars, a little bit at the end of last year. Great sports car driver, so a lot of future that should be really good for him. But do you feel like you're going to take on that? You are the team leader as you go in. Obviously with Elio in May, that's going to help everybody. But it feels to me like this is your team to really bring along.
Yeah, the constant responsibility with being the most experienced driver, and I think in previous teams I've clearly not been in that role, but I feel ready for that. It's something I've been in the past before I went to IndyCar. You know, I'm an experienced driver now, and I look forward to it. I think it's great timing for me to kind of change in my career and try to, you know, take the reins a little bit in the team. And obviously I'm great friends with Tom since a long time. We actually raced each other in 2009, the first time in Formula Renault. So, you know, I'm happy to, you know, help him, you know, learn about IndyCar, and obviously he's had a lot of questions to me already. But yeah, I think we'll make a good team together with the whole Meyer Shank operation. We're gonna, I mean, we're not here to participate, but we want to get consistent results, kind of get our, you know, we had a tough season last year, so we want to hit the ground running smoothly and then see what we can do. You know, I think we can do great results.
Fantastic, and you've clearly made the NTT IndyCar Series and Indiana your home now.
Yeah, dude, I'm settled in. I think that's also a big shift for me. You know, I got engaged a couple of months ago. We have a house here now in Carmel, Indiana, and it's just nice to kind of have that calm. Like, okay, this is where I'm going to be at. I'm with a great team, and they believe in me, and they want me to build a team up. And yeah, it's a different position than I've been in before, but I really enjoy it, and I feel like I have a great future here in Indiana.
Well, I think we're certain that you do. Last question for you. Favorite part of the off-season? What'd you do? Anything fun that is a great memory?
Also, I got engaged. That was amazing. Some good trips. Went to Sweden a couple of times. But actually, the best thing we did was staying in Indiana over Christmas and New Year. We really loved it. Very calm, low key. That's kind of what we like. Just, you know, no big excursions. And it's probably one of the best Christmas I had in a long time. My parents came over, actually. So yeah, we had a great time.
Being at home, because a lot of your season isn't at home, so it's good to be able to get that in the off season.
Yeah, just taking it easy, gathering the energy, and now we're ready.
We're ready. So there you have it, race fans. As we lead into the 108th running of the Indy 500, Felix Rosenqvist will be one of the fastest drivers to keep an eye on. And guess what? He's paired with the guy that's driving for 5. We'll see who's going to finish ahead of each other. Will it be Elio or Felix? We'll have to wait and see on May 26th.